So first off, I'm just using a white pencil in order to mark out where I want the exposure to be. And I've taken a 2-ply tissue, split it in half, and now I'm just breaking it into small pieces that I'm going to use for the flaps of skin. Just round about this size. Now I'm taking some liquid latex. You can use eyelash glue if you want, but this is a lot easier. And I'm taking a Q-tip, and I'm just going to apply this around where I marked out that shape. And take a piece of tissue and line it up with the pencil, making sure the skin tissue overlaps on the inside. And then I'm just going to take this all the way around, do the same process all the way around that cut, using latex and tissue. I'm kind of going around the whole thing with some latex and just flattening down the tissue a little bit better. And now I'm just using a needle. You can use a nip pin, a needle, anything you can use, and just lifting up the tissue from the inside. Be careful, you don't want to catch your skin. Make sure you do this when the latex tissue is actually dry, because it will just rip really easily, and you don't want that. Just be really careful and just peel it off so the skin sticks up how you want it. You can see that bit isn't as dry, and as you can see it breaks really easy, so just be really careful with that. Now I'm just taking a powder and just going to set the dried latex, because it is a little bit sticky and it's kind of annoying when you're trying to work with the rest of it. So just set it a little bit with some talcum powder, any skin powder, doesn't really matter. Just gets rid of the stickiness and shininess as well. So now again I'm just doing another layer of latex, and these layers are just going to help it blend into the skin a lot better, and I'm just using my finger on the edge of the latex to again blend it out. You want a really smooth transition between tissue and your real skin. Now moving on to the inside of the whole cut, I'm taking a black really kind of greasy, creamy eyeliner and a flat brush, and I'm just going to go around the sort of outside areas, and this is really going to add some depth and make it look 3D. So yeah, the greasiness will help it just smooth into the skin a lot better. It's only from Poundland, it's just really cheap eyeliner. Just going to work that all the way around the outside of the inside of the cup. And now I kind of picked a part of my hand that has the bones like there and then, so I'm just going to outline them sort of thing, and by moving your hand like this you can see where all of the creases now on your hand, like the ligaments and all of that, but I'm just going to use it as a bone sort of thing. It's kind of, I think it is a bone, yeah. Feeling my hand now, I can feel it's bone. So I'm just tracing that out. And I'm going to use a Snazaroo white face paint. You need water to activate these. And I'm going to just put it in the areas where I want the bone to be showing. You can look at pictures of like the skeleton and that to help you with this, but I just decided to fill my hand, which would be a lot more like realistic to my hand itself. So yeah, filling it in. Magical. Now again I'm just going around them bones on the inside of them with the black gel liner, just because it makes it 3D and 3-dimensional, so it doesn't look flat and it actually looks like they're sticking out. It gives a really cool effect. Boop. Angled brush just lets you get in there a lot easier. And then I'm going to add some more definition to them bones using a liquid eyeliner. It's very important you blend that gel liner first before this step, because otherwise it will just be a random line around the bone, and you want it to be really nicely blended out, so it looks realistic as possible. Next I'm taking a red lip liner. You could use a red creamy gel liner if you have one of them. I don't know who does, but if you have that, go ahead. And I'm just filling in the rest of the space in between the bones. And it's going to add some kind of fleshness to the look, if that's a word. I just made it up. Boom. And then I'm going to take a black eyeshadow on a little brush and blend this in and set that gel eyeliner. Kind of adds a bit of darkness to that red, so it's not so like bright and fake looking, but I'm going to add a bit of red eyeshadow in there anyway. But the lip liner I used is kind of pinky, so I wanted to stay that way. So adding in the black does that. I'm also adding some definition onto the bones with black eyeshadow. As you can see, there's kind of, I'm pretty sure bones in your hands have that little kind of like separate bit at the top. So just add it in. Well, it does now. Just add it in depth with the brush. Then I just take that white eyeliner and apply it like a sort of highlight to the bones. Just again, this is all about adding dimension and 3D-ness. Again, a new word I just made, I think. But I actually, in a minute you'll see that I actually add in other details, but I really didn't like them, so I get rid of them in the end anyway. But just pretty much, this is what I would probably have kept it at. You'll see what I mean in a second, but I really like this highlighting and everything. Okay, there you go, you can see it, it's really horrible. So now I'm just taking some creamy concealers on my finger and applying it to the outside tissue and to the edges. You can use the liquid foundation, which I think actually probably works better. I should have applied it after, but this is kind of a quick tutorial, I didn't want to waste too many products. But if you want to have a full effect, do use liquid foundation, and you could probably use it to colour the tissue a little bit better as well. Like I just pretty much blend out the edges because I use fake blood and that on the rest of the paper, so it didn't need colouring to me, but it would be a lot better to use liquid foundation for this. And use a sort of brush if you need to get into small areas. Now I'm just setting that again with the powder so it stays in place as long as possible. And as you can see, I started to add some fake blood. I didn't film much of that, but you'll see in a second. And here I'm just adding some details of like little red veins, and in a minute you'll see I have put some like sort of eyeshadow to add bruising and stuff like that, but I have added a lot more blood, and I also added some lip gloss in there. This is kind of a cool effect to use if you have like a sort of wiry brush, and if you put blood in it and stipple it, it kind of looks like blood splatter. I'm just lifting up some of the flesh to make it look how I want as well with that needle. Again, be really careful. But that's pretty much it for the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and please like and share if you did. That's the finished look. It looks pretty gruesome. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next video. Bye!